So today is September the 10th, and it's a day for my family. And by my family, I mean particularly my siblings and my parents. That has a lot of meaning to it. So, my sister was killed in a car accident when she was 18 on September the 10th, 2013. Now, incidentally, that was right around the time that we were moving to Texas. My wife was actually down here in Texas already, and I was planning to join her shortly. I think she was helping to supervise our house being painted, and I don't exactly actually remember why she came down before I did, but at any rate, she did. It was a clear fall day up in Kansas, breezy, I believe. I was working on the forklift at my dad's seed farm. We were filling totes, and I believe it was warm. I don't think it was super hot because it was getting into fall weather, and my sister had been at the state fair, I believe, and she may have made some other stops on the way back. And there was there was a car driven by a teenager who, or I think it was a truck. I think it was a pickup that was driven by a teenager, and he apparently failed to see the stop sign, or at least to take note of the stop sign, ran the stop sign, and T-boned the car that my sister was in. And presumably she was, knocked unconscious immediately, and I suspect, was died very shortly after impact because of the extent of the impact there on that, especially vulnerable side of the car. So, like I say, I was working on my dad's farm, and I believe I saw some police cars going down the road. I don't remember if I actually noted them pulling into my parents' driveway down the road or not. Probably not, because it would have probably been like, what's up with that? And so, but I think I do remember seeing the police cars go past. And then a bit later, then my dad came over. Well, I think on the radio, I think he told everybody to get into an all hands meeting in the office or something like that. And so we all went up into the office. Dad came over. Maybe, I'm not so sure if he may have been riding in the police car. I don't remember for sure on that. He came walking up the steps, and I could see from his, I could see from the way he was walking out of the police car or wherever that, like, he looked very, like, beaten, I guess, maybe? Like, very weakened or dejected or something like that. And so they came up into the office, and the police said something like, this man's daughter was killed in a car accident. And it's just, I mean, you're just going about your life, it's like just another day. I mean, granted, it was a, kind of an intense time for us like me and my wife, because we were going through some kind of huge shifts in our life. But, as far as, like, just not a day, and I don't know that you, hopefully you don't expect it any day, right? You want to live life not expecting things like this to be happening all the time. But, just like, boom. It's like the hammer drops, so to speak, and, life changes for your family forever. Not forever. Let me take that back. life changes so long as we're here on this earth. It's so incredibly final. It's like, would have been amazing if she would have been resurrected from the dead, but so final, like just boom, just done. And it's like, no going back to anything you wished you would have said or done with her. Or for myself, I think I wished I would have been more engaged, more relational. She kind of became a teenager, or sort of grew into her teenage years about the time I was leaving home. And so, I wouldn't say I was especially close with her at the time that she died. And for our children, like, yeah, she did get to hang out with our three oldest, but I think my oldest was 3 when she died. So they don't really have memories to speak of her. You think about her getting married, having kids, having a brother-in-law. So that's kind of the funny thing about our families. She was the only girl, and so my only sister, and so there's no brother-in-law in our family, and then there won't be, because there's I guess unless there's in the foreseeable future here. So life, the one of the things that I reflected on, I think, was the sort of quietness of it all in a strange sense, which was, I'm sure the accident itself was very violent. Kind of a loud boom, I think some bystander said, maybe. But it's I think the sort of this like death like that is like, so in a sense cataclysmic. It's can just rock your world. I mean, I know my parents, it was like absolutely rocked their world, but it's a different kind of rock your world than like what an illness would be, maybe, or some major financial hardship, because the hard thing is the absence of a thing, right? It's not the presence of a thing per se, it's the absence. And the absence of my sister, right? And so she just like whoosh, in a moment, gone, and it's like just gone. Like it wasn't just absent, right? And just and all the feelings that you have left over, but that was it. No more contact. And so I do remember my wife saying at one of the family gatherings that was like, I think I'm on my mom's side, maybe a year or two maybe after Anya died, that she felt like Anya was really close during a time of when the group was thinking about her and her passing and so on. And so I don't know how much Anya sees the watches us from heaven. I don't know, but it's one of those moments in time where things dramatically change. And so because today is September the 10th, I guess it's a good day to remember and to reflect and to be grateful that my parents' marriage survived and that they survived. To be grateful for the family, the siblings, both my family in terms of my siblings and parents, and then also for my wife and our children. To be glad that all of those of us that are here, and that we still we still have this time to be with each other, to enjoy having relationships, and maybe even encouragement to do better, than what I often do with those relationships. So, um, anyway, those are the thoughts for today, September 10th.